Hello, ma'am. Which editorial should I check out today?
Yes, definitely. There's a very important article in The Hindu's editorial section today, so come, let's have a look. The article is Vande Mataram, its 6 stanzas and a settled question. Now, Vande Mataram was written by Bankim Chandra Chatterjee in 1882 and it became a very powerful song during the India's freedom struggle. However, the song has 6 stanzas in whole and some parts describe India as a goddess, Durga-like figure. Now, in 1937, the Congress decided that only the first 2 stanzas would be used officially because they are more inclusive and less religious in tone. After independence, the Constituent Assembly made Jan Gan Man the national anthem, gave Vande Mataram the status of a national song. Now, but officially they accepted only the first 2 stanzas of it. Alright? Now, what is the current issue? Let us talk about the current happening. The Ministry of Home Affairs recently asked for the full 6 stanzas to be played at some official events. The editorial argues that the Constitution never adopted all 6 stanzas officially. The decision to keep only 2 stanzas were deliberate and wise. Forcing people to sing all the stanzas may violate freedom of religion and expression. The editorial refers to past judgments of the Supreme Court of India which said respect must be shown, but no one can be forced to sing if it goes against their beliefs. Now, there are multiple dimensions of this topic. The first dimension is the constitutional dimension. See, Article 19, which is freedom of expression, and Article 25, which is freedom of religion. Forcing someone to sing may violate these 2 rights. Also, there is a historical dimension to this. The freedom movement itself chose only 2 stanzas. Leaders like the Rabindranath Tagore, supported a balanced approach. Secularism, there is a secularism dimension also. India is a secular country. The state cannot promote religious imagery in official ceremonies. Then there is a political dimension to it. The issue can become a tool for identity politics. It may polarize communities unnecessarily. And then lastly, there is a social harmony dimension. See, patriotism should unite, not divide. Respect should come voluntarily, not by compulsion. The core argument of the editorial is the question. The question is not whether Vande Mataram deserves respect. It absolutely does. But the real question is, can the government force citizens to participate in a religiously loaded version of it? The editorial says no. In 1937, decision is already a settled question. True patriotism comes from freedom, not force. Now let us talk about the UPSC relevance of this topic. This becomes highly important in polity, fundamental rights versus state power, secularism, constitution, morality, etc. Then for governance, this becomes important, and for ethics also this becomes highly important, and for essay also this topic becomes important. And not only that, for interview also this becomes important. For interview, you can say respect for national symbols must be voluntary. Constitutional patriotism is stronger than emotional coercion. And that is it for today. Thank you for watching.